Here's your complete line-by-line translation into universal English. No cuts, no summaries, preserving names and phrases. If someone drains your peace, today I'm going to show you how to activate the 91 shield so their poison doesn't enter your heart. You don't need to argue. You don't need to explain. You just need to understand and apply this. There is a secret in Psalm 91 that neutralizes the influence of toxic people. It turns their attack into nothing and your inner world into a refuge. In the next few minutes, you will have a 12-step map, a short 12-word prayer you can use before any difficult conversation, and a simple method to armor your home with peace. Before we continue with this revelation, declare with me in the comments, I believe in the abundance of God. My family and I are blessed, and we will lack nothing. Thank you. That phrase commits you, lifts your focus, and opens the door to what you're about to hear. Stay until the end, because I'll give you the 91 phrase of 12 words that deactivates provocation in seconds. And at the close, we'll make a 30-second declaration to seal your peace today. We've all felt that presence that weighs on you. It doesn't shout, but it cuts. A look, an innocent joke, a repeated criticism. You leave that meeting and notice they didn't hit you with a hand, they hit you with energy. Psalm 91 opens with a key. He who dwells in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Dwelling is not visiting. Dwelling is remaining. Whoever remains in that shadow doesn't react from the wound. They respond from the heights. Today, you're going to learn to remain. In a few minutes, I'll share the 91 posture with you, a bodily and mental position that cuts manipulation without raising your voice. Write this now. My peace is not negotiable. That's the gateway. When your mind writes it, your body obeys. Imagine Daniel in a strange land. He didn't control other people's decisions, but he did control his inner world. Around him there was envy, intrigue, traps, yet he prospered. Remaining under the shadow. His secret wasn't arguing louder, it was dwelling higher. Psalm 91 became his inner climate. And as with any climate, whoever enters your space breathes your temperature. Today you're going to raise the temperature of your inner world to peace. From now on, each key is a spiritual weapon from Psalm 91, translated into practical steps. Take a breath. We begin. First key. Dwell, don't just visit, backed by Psalm 91, verse 1. It's not enough to read one line in the morning and go back to chaos. Dwelling is creating micro moments during the day where you remember, I am under shadow. 10-second technique. Inhale to a count of 4, hold for 2, exhale for 4, and say internally, under shadow. Do it before seeing that difficult person. This changes your physiology and puts you in response mode, not reaction mode. The brain follows the breath. As you lower the alert, you regain control of your tone. Second key, name your refuge. Backed by Psalm 91, verse 2. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress. The mouth opens doors. Before you enter a meeting, say quietly, God is my refuge and my strength. It's not magic, it's mental direction. The word focuses. Focus governs emotion. Say it while you walk toward the door. Movement anchors the message in your body. In a moment, I'll reveal a second phrase that disarms insinuations and sarcasm. Third key, separate the person from the behavior. Backed by Psalm 91, verse 3. He will deliver you from the snare of the fowler. The snare is invisible. In human dealings, the snare is often taking it personally. Don't say, that person is my problem. Say that behavior is a snare. Your brain stops fighting the other's identity and starts looking for solutions. Practice labeling concrete behaviors, interruptions, humiliating jokes, guilt, triangulation. Then design your response for each one. Fourth key, the 91 posture, backed by Psalm 91 verse 4, He shall cover you with His feathers. Physical posture, shoulders back, chest open, chin parallel to the floor, calm gaze, relaxed hands. This posture tells your nervous system you're covered, not in danger. Short phrase for interruptions. I need to finish this thought and then I'll listen to you. Low voice, slow tempo. Calm cuts the game because it doesn't feed the drama. Later I'll give you the guilt-free no in 9 words. Fifth key, the offense filter. Backed by Psalm 91 verse 4, His truth shall be your shield and buckler. Truth works like a filter. Ask yourself what they're saying. Is it a fact or an interpretation? If it's an interpretation, you don't receive it. It stays on the side of the one who throws it. 15-second exercise. When the stinging phrase arrives, repeat mentally fact or interpretation. If it's interpretation, breathe and let it pass. Your silence isn't weakness, it's self-control. Sixth key, choose your battle. Backed by Psalm 91 verse 5, you shall not be afraid of the terror by night. Not every battle deserves your energy. Respond only to what impacts your purpose. Let the rest go. Quick guide, if it won't affect your mission within 48 hours, don't respond immediately. Wait. Many provocations dissolve without your fuel. Seventh key, the distance that heals. Backed by Psalm 91 verse 7, 1,000 may fall at your side, but it shall not come near you. Distance isn't hatred, it's health. If the environment pushes you to react, create space. Limit access to your time, not your love for peace. Phrase for an elegant exit. This is not the best moment for that conversation. Let's pick it up when we can listen to each other. Stay tuned, because the 91 12-word phrase is coming. Eighth key, boundaries without guilt. Backed by Psalm 91 verses 9 and 10, because you have made God your dwelling, no evil shall befall you. Your healthy boundary is a closed door to wear and tear. The 9-word no. Today I can't take that on. Thanks for understanding. Add an alternative. I can on Thursday from 10 to 10:30. A no with an alternate path respects both sides. Ninth key, the witness mind. Backed by Psalm 91 verse 11, He shall give His angels charge over you. Visualize 2 guardians at your sides whose job is to remind you, observe, don't get hooked. When the toxic comment arrives, look inward and ask, what would my guardians protect right now? That micro pause breaks the escalation. 10th key, a home in peace. Backed by Psalm 91 verse 10, no plague shall come near your dwelling. Your home is not a storage unit for conflicts. When you arrive, do a 60-second emotional cleansing. Put down your phone, take 3 deep breaths at the door and repeat, my home is peace, wear and tear doesn't enter here. Place a visible phrase at home with Psalm 91 verses 1 and 2 in your own words to remember it each morning. At the end, we'll make a declaration to seal the home. 11th key, the reward of the heights. Backed by Psalm 91 verses 14 and 15. Because He has set His love upon me, I will deliver him. You are not alone. When you choose the heights, conflict loses power. The reward isn't always that the other person changes. Sometimes it's that you are promoted, inside and out. You can see it, better sleep, better tone, better clarity. 12th key, self-government. Response, not reaction. Backed by Psalm 91 verse 16. With long life, I will satisfy him and show him my salvation. Every time you choose to respond calmly, you lengthen the life of your peace and see paths you didn't see before. We sum it up in 4 steps. I breathe, I identify the snare, I choose the battle, I give a clean phrase. With practice, it becomes natural. Right, I activate the 91 shield today. That small action focuses you and helps others find this message. Now some brief scripts for real situations. Use them as is or adapt them. Constant interruptions. I'm going to finish this thought, then I'll listen to you. If they interrupt again, repeat without raising your voice. Passive-aggressive comments. I'd rather we talk about it directly to understand each other better. If they insist, I can't move forward like this, I propose we pick this up at 4 with concrete points. Guilt and indebtedness. Today, I can't carry that. If it helps, I can review for 10 minutes tomorrow. Triangulation, when someone brings you another person's conflict. Thanks for sharing. It's best for that person and me to talk directly. Humiliating joke, that doesn't make me laugh. Let's get back to the main topic. This boundary makes the point without over-explaining. Invasive late-night messages. Let's handle this tomorrow during work hours. I'm with my family now. Define ours and you regain control. Aggressive tone. If we keep that tone, I'll pause and we'll resume later. Repeat once more. If it continues, you step away. Let's see the essentials in a few seconds. Toxic behavior usually seeks 3 things: reaction, validation, and control. Today, I deliver none of them. I breathe to lower my pulse, I name the truth to clarify, and I set the boundary to protect my peace. That's how the 91 system works: breath, word, posture, and boundary under the shadow of the Most High. Let me tell you a true story. Marcos admired his co-worker's work, but she attacked him with tricky questions in public. Every Monday was draining. He decided to test the 91 shield for a week. Before entering the building, he repeated, "I am under shadow, God is my refuge." 91 posture, fact or interpretation filter. When she threw, "You're late on your reports again," he breathed, lowered his ego and replied, "Are you referring to the sales report or the follow-up one?" The sales one was delivered yesterday at 5. The follow-up goes out today at 11. Fact, not drama. He didn't join her game. The following week the intensity dropped, not because the other person completely changed, but because the fuel ran out. Marcos stopped feeding the fire. Here is the 91 phrase of 12 words. Before you answer, say inside, "I abide under shadow. My peace guides my voice. I answer truth." 12 words. It centers you, filters you, and gives you tone. Use it before calls, meetings, and difficult conversations. Repeat it if you feel your pulse rising. To start the day in 30 seconds, place your hand on your chest and say, "Today, I dwell under shadow. God is my refuge and my strength. Nothing harmful touches my dwelling." As you say it, visualize a shield of light around you and your home. Breathe for 10 seconds. In 30 seconds, you change the inner climate with which you enter the day. Also take care with your digital conversations. Not every battle comes through the door. Some come through the screen. Apply 3 rules. First, never reply immediately to charged messages. Breathe for 30 seconds. Second, answer with a period and a concrete proposal. Understood. Let's meet tomorrow at 10 and resolve it. Third, if it turns into a personal attack, cut the channel and ask for a face-to-face conversation with a clear agenda. Your peace is the priority. With family, bonds are deeper, so combine clear boundaries with healthy closeness. For reproaches from the past, I want to build now. If we go back to the past, we don't move forward. Can we focus on today? For invading decisions, I appreciate your interest. I'm making this decision. I'll let you know when I have updates. Loving is not accepting mistreatment. Healthy love is choosing the peace that allows you to love more and better. At work, translate the 91 shield into protocols. Define objectives before each meeting. Send a written summary at the end. Establish time boundaries for responses. And when things are ambiguous, ask precisely, what exact result do you expect and by when? This reduces room for manipulation and positions you as someone clear and trustworthy. If you need distance, use it as medicine. It's not punishment, it's respect for your peace. Say, I'm stepping away from this conversation now. We'll resume when we can both listen. If the environment is chronically harmful and nothing changes, consider changing orbit. Absence in time prevents the soul from fracturing. If you ever make a mistake and fall into provocation, don't blame yourself. Return to the shadow. Apologize if necessary, learn and adjust. The 91 shield isn't perfection, it's constant direction. Repeat with me, out loud if you can, I dwell under shadow. God is my refuge. My peace guides my voice. I set boundaries without guilt. Nothing harmful touches my dwelling. I am light and I walk in clarity. Breathe. Feel it. Stay there for a few seconds. Think of David before Goliath. The scene looked impossible. What did he do? He chose his own right weapon, not the others. He didn't put on someone else's armor. He used what he knew. The 91 shield is exactly that. You don't fight with the other person's weapons. You fight from your heights with your peace, your truth, and your boundary. And that changes the outcome. Remember the essentials before we close. Before seeing that difficult person, 4-2-4 breathing and repeat under shadow. If provocation arrives, ask yourself, fact or interpretation? If it's interpretation, choose silence or a clean phrase. If the conversation gets out of control, pause and schedule. If there's no listening, create respectful distance. That's your roadmap. Declare with me for 30 seconds. Today I dwell under the shadow of the Most High. God is my refuge and my strength. My peace guides my voice. No poison enters my heart. I set boundaries with wisdom. Nothing harmful touches my dwelling. I am light, and wherever I walk there is clarity, order, and favor. What does not nourish does not stay. What does not edify does not enter. My life is in peace today. If this message lit a fire inside you, subscribe and turn on the bell. Share this content with someone who needs to recover their peace today. And tell me, which of the 12 keys will you apply first and in what situation? Your experience could be the key someone else needs. I keep my promise. Here is your pocket reminder for the day. Repeat it when you feel pressure. I abide under shadow. My peace guides my voice. I answer truth. Save it on your phone. Use it before your next difficult conversation. Come back to this message whenever you need it. Here is a map. Each step brings you closer to a higher, freer, more peaceful life.